Hi, this is Nick George with Clouds Diamond Sharpening. Just gonna show you an ML repair. Another one. So the first thing I noticed is his arm is bad. So what that needs is sometimes this will have to be replaced if this little lip is gone, but it's still there, so the blade won't slide off the pin. So if it's missing a piece there, you gotta replace the blade pad, or it isn't gonna adjust right, and it'll just come out of adjustment. When you go there, it'll pop out. So I know this needs a pad. Let's see if it runs. I'm gonna sharpen it too in this video. So it's just humming. I recommend getting your MLs sharpened when you get them serviced, because if you want the clipper to move at 100%, you gotta have all the debris off this. So even though this may just need a service or something to fix it, it isn't gonna be very sharp and it won't work very good. But so well, there we go. So even though I oiled this blade, it really doesn't want to move very easily. Alright, well let's go to the sharpening area. Be right back. Alright, so here's the blade taken off. It ain't too bad. I've seen way worse. It's not too bad, a little rusted up right there and down on the blade a little bit, but it'll be okay. So we'll put this here and let me get to work. There we go. All done, cleaned up. Let's go back to the clipper area. Okay, time to fix the platform. You take out 2 of the screws out of 4. Take 2 of them completely out. Then loosen the other 2. And we're going to get to the pin underneath this plate. So take it off, and you can look down on the adjustment arm, and the pin is broken. There it is. So you got to take that out of there. I spread the fork to keep that cutter on there good. You don't want it flopping around. Flip it over, and then you can take a punch and hammer it out fairly easy. Make sure you take the old one out of the clipper, or when you turn it on, the magnetic motor will stick it to the armature and it won't move. So I'm going to hammer this pin back in there. There's a little hole in the lever. Just give it a few little hits, make sure it goes in straight, and the nipple shouldn't go down in there, so if it does, you did it too far. So now I'm going to take the plate, line up the hole, there it is, and make sure the little lip is at the bottom of the clipper and the bigger lip on top of the plate by the fork. If you put it on backwards, it won't adjust the blade right and it'll cut people. So try to get it right. You want it a little bit snug so it doesn't come out of adjustment while you're barbering and I don't know if that's a word, cutting hair. So now, right now, I'm hitting the pin in a little more because it's sticking up. It's better to be sticking up than too far in, because then you have to take it apart and you have to pull the pin out when needle nose, which is very dangerous, and most of the time you'll lose it or break it. So the pin's sticking up a little bit, so I'm going to take this punch and I'm going to give it a few whacks. See, now it moves nice and smooth. Put the cutter on, put the comb on, put oil. Never forget the oil. Moving parts, friction parts need oil. That's why motor vehicles have oil, because there's moving parts. You must have oil. That is your only option. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. I'm going to adjust it as far down as I can to the teeth to make sure it's as close as it can be without cutting people. So the pin's still sticking up a little too much, so I'm going to go ahead and hit it back in a little more. You'll know if it's sticking up too high because when you go to the lowest adjustment or the highest adjustment, it sort of clicks. That means it's too far out, and if it comes out of the plate, that means it's too far in, and that's bad. So you don't want that to happen. So now the blade's adjusted and everything. Back on. Adjust it. Make sure it's straight. The cutter is straight, or then you'll get a sideways cut if not. You don't want that. And you don't want the teeth over for sure, or then you'll cut somebody. So go ahead and just line it up, get it nice and straight, and then time to go inside and see what's going on, why this blade is not moving good. So first thing I do is blow the hair out of there, and then you make sure the field is on the field mount. If not, you have to push it back on there. I'm pointing to it right there. So it's running, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the narration. Letting this down. So what I do is I not tighten it, loosen it, pop these up, and then get it the most travel it can be. But I can hear this is about to go out of adjustment, so I'm going to tighten it right there. See, there's still a lot of power, but it's not making noise. So that little noise, when it gets in the hair, it's going to make a... See? So now when it gets in hair, it's not going to make noise. It's the most powerful it can be. This makes it travel. This one shows how far it travels. And so I always have those pretty far pushed in. If your clipper's adjusted right, that could be all the way screwed in and you get maximum travel, which this one's getting. So basically, I'm going to take this test string and I'm going to see if I sharpened it correctly. Okay, so it cuts on the sides but not in the middle. So that means it's too loose. Still a lot of power. Hopefully it cuts in the middle now. There we go. Yeah, we're done. So now I'm just going to put the lid back on this and we're done. So there you go. Tied up to the teeth. The adjustment lever works. Quiet and all adjustments. Ta-da! Thank you for joining me on this wonderful adventure. Have a good day, keep it sharp, keep it running, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.